If you're frustrated because your smart plan isn't applying automatically to your leads, there's a few things to check. It's likely the lead type filter is not set correctly. So if you see something like this where you're using the conditions as far as the lead meet specified conditions for the trigger, let's say we're trying to trigger buyer and renter leads in the cold pipeline. We have this checked here to include existing leads. So buyer and renter lead types that are already in this cold pipeline will be applied to this smart plan. So if that's the case and you're not seeing any number up here of number of leads applied, on your settings tab over here, it's likely this target lead type. I'm going to show you a little trick that I use to basically double check this in the people page section. Okay, so navigate to the people page section, and you want to remember what we had for settings and that lead type. What we do here is we use the filters to basically kind of check our math, so to speak. So the smart plan triggers are technically just filters that are also available on the people page. So keeping that in mind, we can use the filter here to set the conditions on the people page to match what we're trying to do in the smart plan to sort of check our logic. So on the upper right corner, you're going to see this little golf tee looking icon or little funnel icon where filters. Click that, it pops out this filter panel. Navigate down. It may look a little bit different if you've got some extra agent roles in here in the roster, but we're going to scroll down and just get down to the lead type here. Once we click that, so we had equals to buyer and renter selected. So the same exact filter, and we don't have anybody that matches that. So that indicates the reason that smart plan won't automatically go out to my leads that I want it to is because I don't have this lead type logic set correctly. So this is not the right choice. Let's start at the top. Equals all. That's not a right choice either because that doesn't show anybody that matches that filter. Let's try this include one of. Okay, now we've got something here. So if I include one of buyer renter and I look in my cold pipeline here, I see 266 people that filter applies to. So now when I make these changes and match this here, include one of buyer and renter selected and my smart plan trigger conditions, this should reach 266 people in the filter as well on the smart plan. Let's dive into it and check it out. So to navigate back, I went to marketing on the top, smart plans on the left. This is the sample here that I'm using. And we're going to click on the manage setting wheel, click on edit, and we come to this screen here. This logic we know is not true. We can't use the include all because that won't work as well. We're going to pick include one of. Now back on the trigger, now we see that they actually will apply to leads. So remember that 266 leads, that's the cold pipeline. So now that the number of leads with the filter applied for this lead type combination and logic was 266 in the cold pipeline, which is what we're trying to target. So the number here in my smart plan trigger is the same as what these triggers are up, or this filter is applied to on the people page in that same pipeline. We had 266 before. We have 266 now. So now I can build out my action steps and know with confidence that these 266 people that I'm trying to follow up with this particular smart plan, this is going to actually apply to them, and I can click on auto apply when I'm ready to send this out after building. So just an easy tip: if you're having trouble getting smart plans to apply automatically, just replicate the filters on the people page so that you can do it as a test without really applying anything. That helps a lot.